This episode is brought to you by SmartVestor. Connect with an investing pro near you at RamseySolutions.com/SmartVestor.
Julie's up in Jackson, Mississippi. Julie, how can we help?
Well, I'm interested in your ideas about retiring early. I am 55. My husband's 56 this year. And he has had recent changes at his job, like a 75% pay cut.
Whoa.
Yes,
Why?
exactly. Because it was bought. It was bought by another company, and he had been an officer in that company, and they demoted him.
Mm-hmm.
And so he had that kind of a pay cut. He's pulling $100,000, and I'm pulling in $24,000, but we're sitting on $4.5 million.
$4.5 million? Well,
yeah,
done, Julie.
He got a inheritance this year.
Mm-hmm.
His father passed away about 3 years ago.
How much was the inheritance?
1.5.
Okay.
And the 1.5 was when they bought the business because he was part owner.
Mm-hmm.
And then 1.5 we already had. So I think that adds up to 4.5, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm looking at the idea of him retiring early because he's not happy with what he's doing, and he's not happy with how they're treating him.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to make sure, though, that we don't outrun our money as far as outliving it.
Sure.
I think that's a legitimate concern.
I understand that, too.
Yeah. Sure. Have you sat with your financial pro on this? Do you guys have a SmartVestor Pro?
He is an accountant, so he knows all of it, if you get what I mean.
No, I don't, because there's a
Okay.
difference between an accountant and an investment professional.
Right, but he doesn't see it that way.
Who's he?
Who's he?
My husband.
Oh, no, I meant, I see. You're saying your husband's an accountant, so he doesn't need to sit with an investment professional because he gets it all.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Is the money invested, Julie?
Some of it is in stocks as far as retirement, that sort of thing. We've got probably $500,000 in that.
Okay.
And then we've got $300,000 in treasuries.
Okay.
And then, trying to think, $500,000 is our house.
Okay.
Probably another $100,000 is the sundries in the house. He has an extensive comic book collection. And then the rest of it's cash, pretty much.
Okay.
Well,
So-
I'll just say high level real quick, Rachel, that at 55 and 56, with the average age of life expectancy and all this, I wouldn't start drawing from that $4 million. I think it's too early. And especially because the fact this isn't the way this is all distributed. It's not like we'd like to see all of that, or most of that net worth be in retirement accounts so that it continues to grow and double every 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that this is all laid out, he doesn't have it all together. And so for that reason, I don't think you're in a position to do that. I would not do that. And unfortunately, if it were, and this is what I've done, this is what Rachel does. We have a SmartVestor Pro, a person who is an actual investment professional. They know what they're doing, and they are guiding and directing. And this is too soon. Based on what I'm hearing, Rachel, I think it's too soon for him to retire and then start pulling from this because it's not set up well.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to be in this position, Julie. You know what I mean? He can go do something. Else. Okay, so you threw out a lot of numbers. So the $4.5 million, that's not what you guys have invested. That is your net worth, correct?
Right, net worth. Mm-hmm.
Net worth, okay. And $1.5 million is in stocks. Is that what you said?
I believe so.
Okay. And
Give
then
or take $100,000 either way.
Sure. And then anything else in just in traditional retirement, like any 401ks or Roth IRAs?
Roth IRAs, yes.
And that's the $1.5 million, though. You're including
Not
that.
all of it. Roth is probably separate from that.
Okay.
Roth is probably under $200,000.
Okay, so about $200K there. Okay. And you said the house was what? Sorry, I know you just said these. $500,000 there. Okay. Yeah, and with all the treasury stuff, I would, Julie, I would just tell your husband and just say, hey, will you just entertain me for a bit and go sit down and you interview Julie, get on the phone with a few SmartVestor pros and just find someone that you enjoy. That's like, okay, yes, this sounds like a guy or a woman that I can trust, and go meet with them and let them just run out a scenario or two. Cause sometimes it's just helpful to have a third party that's not emotionally so attached to these numbers like you guys are, to really paint you a picture to say, hey, here's what this looks like. But I would direct you guys to that. And also, y'all are young. And Ken, you always talk about, not retiring too early, because there's a quality of life aspect that goes down very quickly with people that stop everything.
That's right. You want to stay active. You want to be working in some form or fashion. That doesn't necessarily mean working for a paycheck, but doing something that is productive. So you get to choose what that is. But again, I'm going to reemphasize, Julie, in this situation, I would never recommend that he just traditionally retire, walk away, and begin drawing off of this. I don't think you guys have got this money consolidated anywhere near where it needs to be. Now, here's the thing. With a couple of moves, one good meeting, and you find a good pro, and you start moving this money around and get it consolidated, it's going to start really working for you guys because you're young, 55 and 56.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. You're looking at a legitimate 20 years, that this is going to grow. And now,
Right,
if
that
it's
we could be productive through, yeah.
Super.
I was thinking 10 years, 10, let's say probably 12 would be when we would traditionally retire, 67.
Yeah.
And what we bank my money, we don't spend any of it. So that's $25,000 a year we're saving, plus his savings, which I think comes to 20% of his income.
Yeah. You guys can make huge gains. And I'm thinking first thing I would do is, again, I'm going to say this again, I would get the Ramsey plan, the financial plan. What we would do is we're going to get that in, and she walked through the retirement layout, the formula. I would get that stuff in those funds. You've got a lot of money to work with, and that's going to begin to build for you guys. You got 20 years of growth at least, which could be phenomenal with just modest returns in the stock market. Okay. And so that'd be the first step. The second thing is I'm with Rachel. I think he needs to get out of this situation. Just on the psychology side of things, when you're at a company and you're an executive, and then your company gets bought, they bring in their own executive team. So what happened to him may not feel great, but it's pretty normal in an acquisition. And so, you know what? He needs to move on. He's still got, he's a young man, and his earning potential is still high. What was he making prior to the purchase?
$400,000.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Plus bonuses.
Yeah. So if I'm him, I'm going, all right, because by the way, this is a healthy narrative. He didn't get fired.
Right.
He got bought, and he's like, new management team, they didn't need me. It's time for a new start. Everybody understands that narrative. He's got a lot of value still left in the marketplace. So if I'm him, I'm leaving. I'm going to go replace that $400,000. I'm going to get all my retirement accounts with a pro, and we're going to have a long-term strategy. And you guys are going to retire very wealthy at 70. Very wealthy.
That's what he's thinking. And
well,
like
he's
I said,
thinking wrong. I'm saying if you do it our way.
Unhappy. He's just so unhappy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys have worked too hard, and you've done too well to be in an unhappy situation.
Yeah. And by the way, I understand why he's unhappy, but I would really see if he would be willing to sit down. Go to RamseySolutions.com. Tell him you called the show. I assume you're going to tell him that anyway, right? Tell him we said to go to RamseySolutions.com and click on SmartVestor Pro. Find 2 or 3 different people in your area, 5 people. We don't care. Go interview them all. He doesn't have to commit to them. And he's the accountant. We get how smart he is. But he sits with them, and you guys present your numbers to them, just like you did to us. Have them tell you what they think that you should do. Do you understand it? And then do you like any of them? Let him ask all the hard questions. Ask him if he'll commit to doing that.
Okay.
And then if he goes, all right, it's not as bad as I thought. These people are as smart as me. A little smarter, showed me a few things.
Right.
I get it. And now, you guys, I'm telling you, if he could see what the future could be with a couple of nice moves, the way we teach, I think you could convince him, Julie. So that's what I would do if I were you.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Little twist of the arm, little pretty please.
I know.
Just make his favorite dessert.
Just for fun.
Let's
Just do
just
this
go have a
just to
conversation.
entertain me.
There you go.
No promises.
No promises. No commitments.